Cheo Obi Martin is about to take a monumental step in his footballing career. As he prepares to celebrate his 17th birthday this Friday, the Manchester United Academy starlet will also sign his first professional contract with the club, securing his future at Old Trafford. Born with a natural talent for the game, Cheo's journey began in local youth leagues, where his flair and determination caught the attention of Manchester United scouts. Joining the club's academy at a young age, he quickly proved himself to be a standout talent among his peers. In his early days at the academy, Cheo displayed a maturity in his play that belied his years. Coaches and teammates alike marvelled at his ability to control the tempo of a game, combining technical precision with an eye for a pass. His performances in the U18 Premier League saw him become a key player, scoring important goals and delivering assists that demonstrated his exceptional football IQ. As the months passed, Cheo became a name whispered with excitement in the corridors of Carrington. The club's coaching staff recognised his potential and began tailoring his development to prepare him for the challenges ahead. His progress earned him opportunities to train with the U21 squad, and he consistently rose to the occasion, proving that he could compete at higher levels. News of Cheo's talent began to spread beyond Carrington, with scouts from other top European clubs reportedly monitoring his progress. But Manchester United acted swiftly, ensuring their prized asset would remain part of the club's future, by offering him a professional contract the moment he became eligible. The signing ceremony is set to take place at Carrington, with Cheo surrounded by family, coaches, and club representatives who have been instrumental in his journey so far. It will be a moment of celebration, not just for Cheo and his family, but for Manchester United, as they secure the services of a player who could define the next generation at Old Trafford. As he takes this step, the road ahead will be challenging. Cheo will continue his development in the U18 and U21s, with the dream of one day walking out at Old Trafford in front of 75,000 fans. But those who have worked with him have no doubts about his potential. For now, the spotlight will shine brightly on Cheo Obi Martin as he embarks on this new chapter in his career. His story is one of hard work, talent, and a bright future, and Manchester United fans can't wait to see what lies ahead for this young star. Noussair Mazraoui might only have been a Manchester United player for 18 games, but he has already played 4 different positions for his new club, having been handed a new role called for Ruben Amorim's first game in charge. The Moroccan's versatility in covering both full-back positions was attractive when United paid Bayern Munich £12.8 million, with a further £4.2 million in add-ons to sign him this summer. With United still yet to field a natural left-back this season, Mazraoui has had to fill in on both flanks, with 12 of his appearances at right-back and 3 on the left. There was widespread surprise when Erik ten Hag fielded him as an attacking midfielder at Fenerbahce in the Europa League, an experiment unlikely to be repeated under Amorim, even if he does like to operate with 2 players in that area of the pitch. That didn't stop the Portuguese from giving him a new position though, starting him as the right-sided central defender in his 3-4-3 system at Ipswich. There had been a lot of speculation about Mazraoui's potential role under Amorim and whether he had the attributes to play at wing-back. In the end, Diogo Dalot and Amad started, but with Leny Yoro, Lisandro Martinez and Harry Maguire all absent, there was a role for Mazraoui. The 27-year-old impressed again and further solidified his reputation as a fan favourite. It was only his 5th career start at centre-back, but he defended superbly and was comfortable on the ball. He played a role in the build-up to the first goal by taking possession from Andre Onana and then finding a pass up the right flank that allowed Bruno Fernandes and Amad to combine. Once again, it was his physicality that most caught the eye. He won 11 duels in the game, the most by an individual in the Premier League this season, and 6 more than any of his United teammates. He loves a battle and often comes out on top, so while Liam Delap tried to bully United's defence, he didn't get much success against Mazraoui. With Yoro closing in on a return and Martinez and Maguire not far away, Mazraoui's stint as a centre-back could be a short one. Amorim's best back 3 will surely be Yoro, Martinez and Matthijs de Ligt, but the new head coach might have to find a role for Mazraoui somewhere. He has already complained about this squad's lack of running back and physicality. Mazraoui's relish of the battle and his own physical strengths could make him important as something of a tone setter. Amorim was certainly impressed with him at Ipswich. "We don't have too many centre-backs, so we have to adapt some players. I thought Noussair Mazraoui did very well," he said. He is so smart and is so important for us. He can play anywhere, and that kind of player is crucial for our future. Mazraoui could soon be operating in a fifth position this season if he gets a chance in one of the wing-back roles. He is close to undroppable at the moment because of the influence he can have on his teammates. Erik ten Hag won't make it past Christmas at Manchester United this season because he hasn't got the chops, according to TalkSport presenter Simon Jordan. The Dutchman was under huge pressure during a crisis-hit campaign last season that saw his side suffer spells of woeful form as they went on to finish 8th in the Premier League. But he was given a stay of execution after winning the FA Cup, despite the club holding talks with Thomas Tuchel. New United chief Sir Jim Ratcliffe is conducting a radical overhaul of the club, with Omar Berrada installed as the new CEO, while Dan Ashworth has arrived as sporting director. They're going to alter the landscape and put some more support in, and Ratcliffe has said, "You can't judge a coach if the framework behind him isn't perfect," he said on his TalkSport show. Well, you can judge the coach for some of the things that come out of his mouth and some of the ridiculousness you have to listen to. And I get it, that when you're dealing with the media, you play a certain game and say certain things. But I don't think he's got the chops. Danny Murphy sat here last year and said, "There's no way Man United can play Bruno Fernandes and Christian Eriksen in the same midfield. People will go through them like a knife through butter." One thing Man United were last year was easy to play against. If you've got a very cute football observer sitting in the punditry observing this, the guy that's at the sharp end must be able to see the same thing. I don't think Ten Hag has the chops for it. I think it's a difficult job. He's a capable operator at a certain level, and I think Man United is a hugely difficult beast to tame. But that doesn't alter the parameters if that's what you're there to do. Jordan went on to say that winning the FA Cup was a get-out-of-jail card and didn't prove that he was a good enough manager for United. A tough season for Ten Hag saw him deal with off-the-field issues involving Mason Greenwood, Antony and Jadon Sancho before seeing his side dumped out of the Champions League at the group stage. He also oversaw some horror performances, including a 3-0 loss at home to Bournemouth and coming close to losing to Coventry in the FA Cup semi-finals. The former Ajax boss has attempted to rebuild with two key signings forward Joshua Zirkzee from Bayern and Leny Yoro from Lille, though the young defender has dealt the Dutchman a huge blow with news he faces 3 months on the sidelines with injury. United have been on pre-season in the US and lost 3-0 to Liverpool in a friendly last time out, with Ten Hag now preparing for the Community Shield against rivals Man City on Saturday. Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim is urging Leny Yoro to be more adventurous on the ball. Yoro is a new signing at Old Trafford after joining from Lille for around £52 million, but the Frenchman is yet to feature for United after suffering a long-term injury in pre-season. The teenager is back in training, but not fully fit for the team, though he has still managed to do some work with his new manager on the training ground to get him up to speed when he eventually returns to action. And as Amorim looks to lay out what he wants from his players, he recently pulled the teenager aside during a training session in which the 19-year-old was playing as a right-sided centre-back in the Portuguese's preferred 3 centre-back formation. As first reported by The Athletic, Amorim told Yoro to pull wide and be more open, take the ball, and you already know that they, the opponent, can't press from here behind. Yoro is widely seen as one of the most promising young defenders in the world and turned down a move to Real Madrid this summer in favour of joining the Red Devils. He is being tipped to play a major role for United due to his pace, strength and ball-playing ability, making him a natural fit for Amorim's back 3 in his regular 3-4-3 formation. Amorim was also seen speaking closely to Kobbie Mainoo in training, pulling him aside too for a personal chat, offering suggestions on how he wants the young Englishman to receive the ball in midfield. The problem is with the ball. I think we lose the ball too fast. We win the ball, we lose the ball, and you cannot press high all the time. With the ball, we can press better. So the focus this week also was in that part. If you don't lose the ball, you can push higher. If you are higher, you can press better. So it's like a snowball, everything is connected. Following the dismissal of Steve Cooper, former Manchester United interim head coach Ruud van Nistelrooy has swiftly emerged as the frontrunner for the Leicester City managerial position. On Sunday, Leicester announced Cooper's departure from the King Power Stadium after securing only 2 victories in his 12-game tenure, with the club choosing to move forward following Saturday's loss to Chelsea. The incoming manager will take over a team currently positioned 16th in the Premier League and without a win in 4 games. Van Nistelrooy, who recently enjoyed 2 triumphs over the Foxes during his temporary stint at the helm of United, is now tipped to replace Cooper. The Coventry City position, which remains vacant following the dismissal of Mark Robins, was one that Van Nistelrooy was reportedly considered for. Former Chelsea and Everton boss Frank Lampard was also in the frame for that role and now appears to be the front-runner to take charge at the CBS Arena. It's since been suggested that United legend Van Nistelrooy has been waiting for a chance to manage a top-flight team, with several managers, including those at Crystal Palace, Wolves and Southampton, under severe pressure. Therefore, it's likely that Van Nistelrooy will stay in England and aim to return to a full managerial role, making him a possible contender should City consider replacing Cooper with the Dutchman. Van Nistelrooy could reunite with United in March, with Leicester hosting the Reds on the 15th of that month. However, a return to former club Hamburger SV could also be on the table. According to Sky Sports Germany, Van Nistelrooy is on the list of possible replacements for Steffen Baumgart at the Bundesliga 2 club and has already been discussed internally. Following his departure from Old Trafford, Ruben Amorim has been appointed the club's new head coach. His first game in charge arrived this past Sunday with a 1-1 Premier League draw played out against Ipswich Town at Portman Road.